There we go. We're being recorded, so. Welcome, fellow shippers. Today is Sunday, October 19th. A beautiful Sunday. We've had lots of rain lately, so it's nice to see the sun come out for a while, dry things off. And welcome to Fellowship of Spirits Sunday service. Fellowship of Spirit, we have a mission here, and that is to positively affect our world by extending peace, love, spirituality, understanding, and friendship to all people with grace and gratitude. And that's to support our vision, which is to be a spiritual center of awakening the I Am Christ consciousness. Our membership is open to anybody, no matter how you've been indoctrinated. And we acknowledge an unconditionally loving God. Pardon my tongue-tiedness. And we understand that peace begins within and radiates out to others. And we all know that we are eternal spiritual beings having a temporary human experience. Who do we have online? Neva. Donna Neva. Hi, Donna Neva. Welcome.
Susan's with us still.
Pardon?
Susan is with us still.
Uh-huh. And we've got Chris with us here tonight to support Shaye. Shaye's going to be our not only musician, but our speaker today. The name of her...
Not going to be on there.
Not on there. Okay. But we're going to have Jason Mraz. Is that how you pronounce his last name? Mraz. Is going to be one of our sources of music here, like 3 times, right? That's cool. I don't think we have the children today, right? No. Okay. And so I guess we'll start with Shaye with her prelude, which is Gathered Here. You want to?
No, I'm ready.
You're right
I'm good.
there, okay.
Gathered here in the mystery of the hour, gathered here in one strong body, gathered here in the struggle and the power, Spirit draw near. Gathered here in the mystery of the hour, gathered here in one strong body, gathered here in the struggle and the power, Spirit draw near. Gathered here in the mystery of the hour, gathered here in one strong body, gathered here in the struggle and the power, Spirit draw near.
Thank you, Shaye. Beautiful a cappella there. Okay, so we need an opening prayer. Gosh, I guess I'm it, huh? Okay. Mother, Father God, we are here in your presence and each other's presence as your own beings. And being that we're here, we're going to glorify and exalt in all of our togetherness and our oneness under your presence. Thank you. That's not how you end a prayer, with thank you. Amen.
Oh, yes, it is. Indeed, how to end a prayer. Thank you. Very good way to
I think so. Okay. Okay, and Well, geez, that dumps it back on Shaye. She gets to do another song. Is this going to be another a cappella? No?
Mm-hmm. It's all a cappella today. Look for the good in everything. Look for the people who will set your soul free. It always seems impossible until it's done. Look for the good in everyone. Look for the good in everything. Look for the people who will set your soul free. It always seems impossible until it's done. Look for the good in everyone. People done gone crazy. People done gone mad. People done forgot the superpowers we all have. We were born to love, not hate. We can decide our fate and look for the good in everyone and celebrate all our mistakes. If there's a silver lining, you still have to find it, find it, find it. Look for the good in everything. Look for the people who will set your soul free. It always seems impossible until it's done. Look for the good in everyone. Everyone needs sunshine. Everyone needs rain. Everyone is carrying around some kind of pain. I see who you are. You're just like me. I see you're searching for a purpose, guided by a dream. I see who you are. I'm just like you. I get lost sometimes and I forget what I came here to do. I keep on trying when it gets frightening. Look for the good in everything. Look for the people who will set your soul free. It always seems impossible until it's done. Look for the good in everyone. Everyone is nature. Everyone is God. Everyone is love and light and vibration. Look for the good. Look for the good. Everyone gets mad sometimes, and maybe they should. Look for the good. Look for the good. Yeah, look out for all the heroes in your neighborhood. Look for the good. Look for the good. Life sure would be sweeter if everybody would. Look for the good in everything. Look for the people who will set your soul free. It always seems impossible until it's done. Look for the good in everyone. Look for the good in everything. Look for the people who will set your soul free. It always seems impossible until it's done. Look for the good. Look for the good. Look for the good in everyone.
All right. Boy, what an anthem to live by. We do that every morning. Get up and look for the good. That'll never lead us wrong. Okay, that brings us to our reflection moment. And if you'll join me. Love produces a flow of energy that I now feel. I love others more than ever, and I feel privileged to be here. Love flows from one person to another as we create an atmosphere of holiness. And so it is. And that was written by my one-time roommate, Midge Jones. What a lovely person. I'm sure she's smiling down on us right now. Okay, and we're going to take a moment here and send healing light and our thoughts to members of our congregation, among them George Harris and Ron Holloway and Debbie Ward, who is Fred's mother, and others that we commemorate also when we do our Power of Eight with Margaret. So let's just do an okay? Are we ready? Thank you. Felt good. We need a spiritual reading. Spiritual reading, which is, it's Kate's turn, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Oh, well, we'll give Kate a moment here. And so things that we do during the week, this morning we had our book study, which was from 8:45 to 9:45. We do it on Zoom and in person here in the meeting hall. And we've been reading You Can Talk to God by Ernest Holmes, who is the founder. Pardon me? Oh, I guess it's a question. Can you talk to God? But he comes from the answer that yes, you can. And so we're studying that book. And Ernest was the founder of religious science, the Church of Religious Science, which later became Science of Mind, which now is called, Centers of Spiritual Living. CSL, Centers for Spiritual Living. There you go. I'm much better at abbreviations. Okay, we usually have a youth group from 10 to 11 a.m. on Sundays, led by Rhonda Livingston. However, they're not here today, so I'm sure they're still out enjoying the sun. We also have A Course in Miracles, which we'll do tomorrow morning at 6:30 a.m. And that's facilitated by Susan Barnes, and that's on Zoom. So you can sign up and be part of that. And then Power of Eight commences at 6:30 p.m. Thursdays, and that's coordinated by Margaret Cheesebro via Zoom. And we love participation in that. And then we have our main service, which is happening right now. So, Kate, have you found a spiritual? Oh, good. And here comes my lovely Kate.
Right, this is from, thanks to Bill. He always has it in the same place back there in his pew, so I knew exactly where to go for a spiritual reading today. And it's from this little book of positive quotations. And today it says, thoughtful responses. To a quick question, give a slow answer. Italian proverb. Quick wit is much admired. We're impressed by those who can toss off a clever remark on the spur of the moment, seemingly without effort. A more thoughtful and reasoned remark takes longer, but it can last longer as well. Wouldn't we rather be admired for our wisdom than for our jokes? I can stop to think before I answer a question. If I do, what I end up saying is likely to be more useful and true than if I spoke quickly without thinking. And more importantly, I'm less likely to say something I'll regret. Very, very true. And don't take yourself, just remember, we don't take ourselves too seriously. Have a great day.
Okay, well, that's one of the things that I like to practice when somebody asks me a question. And then they say, "Are you done yet?" So, and I know we've had that in the case of various speakers up here who have lingered on longer than we probably wanted them to. But, you know, it's all still full of wisdom. And I think that it's anything that tests our patience is a valuable thing to go through. So.
Sometimes that very last thing they say is the most important thing.
Yeah, so like Jerry says, sometimes the last thing they say is really the most important thing. So, okay. Okay, and we have another song by Jason Mraz and Shaye, which is I Won't Give Up.
When I look into your eyes, it's like watching the night sky or a beautiful sunrise. There's so much they hold, and just like them old stars, see that you've come so far. To be right where you are. How old is your soul? Well, I won't give up on us, even if the skies get rough. I'm giving you all my love. I'm still looking up. And when you're needing your space to do some navigating, I'll be here patiently waiting to see what you find. 'Cause even the stars, they burn, some even fall to the earth. We got a lot to learn. God knows we're worth it. No, I won't give up. I don't want to be someone who walks away so easily. I'm here to stay and make the difference that I can make. Our differences, they do a lot to teach us how to use the tools and gifts we got. Yeah, we got a lot at stake. And in the end, you're still my friend. At least we didn't intend for us to work. We didn't break, we didn't burn. We had to learn how to bend without the world caving in. I had to learn what I got and what I'm not and who I am. I won't give up on us, even if the skies get rough. I'm giving you all my love. I'm still looking up. I'm still looking up. Well, I won't give up on us. God knows I'm tough enough. We got a lot to learn. God knows we're worth it.
You are.
I won't give up on us, even if the skies get rough. I'm giving you all my love. I'm still looking up.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Shaye. And Shaye is perhaps our youngest member. Well, not without a doubt she is. But she came to us, during the pandemic and has brought so much light and wisdom, young wisdom, youthful wisdom, and beauty to our congregation that I'm very humbled by her presence. And she's also going to give us our talk today, which I now turn it back over to Shaye.
I'm just going to keep this mic on rather than switch.
Okay.
Hey, you're not coming through out here in Zoom land. We can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Sorry, I turned the mic off instead of on. My bad. So I want to thank Margaret for setting the groundwork for me to look at that question deeper. Because you could call this talk, Who Are You, Part 2. And I want to share my thoughts with you. But first, I want to ask you, did you ask yourself, who am I? And did you come up with an answer? Because it matters what you think about yourself. Who are you? Well, I'll share who I am. And to do that, I'm going to borrow an illustration from The Language of Emotions by Carla McLaren. She told about a scientist named Harry Harlow from the 1950s. He did experiments on baby rhesus monkeys. And his purpose was to prove the necessity of love and comfort to the normal development of babies. So he took baby monkeys away from their mothers and put them in isolation with two surrogate mothers. One was safe and constantly provided food, but it was made of wire. The other was covered in terry cloth, but it did not always provide food, and it was not always safe. Carla McLaren told how the terry cloth mothers were rigged with spikes that came out, or they blew puffs of air, or they shook violently, which would drive the baby monkeys away. And the experiments showed that the baby monkeys preferred the terry cloth mothers. They spent time with them and returned to them after danger had passed. And they tried to cultivate a relationship with them. They would flirt and show affection, try to earn that mother's love because of the comfort it gave them. And so this is me. I'm a baby monkey. And, you know, I grew up in a home where we had performance-based acceptance, where you had to toe the line, behave right, do good things to receive affection. And I am somebody who needs affection. I need hugs constantly. Chris can attest. And I would be going to my parents all the time for love and hugs. But it wouldn't be available if I wasn't right. So I would be changing myself to be right so that I could get a smile, love, hugs at the time that I needed it. And I would make myself different. I wrote a poem in 2011 called Chameleon. It says, I am constantly changing, blending into my surroundings, spotted, purple, striped, as the case demands. I am what others want, meeting all their expectations. Strong, perfect, stable, as the case demands. I don't know. If I could choose my color, what color would I be? And at the time I wrote that poem, I honestly didn't know the answer to who I was. I looked at other people, and if they were looking for something, I gave it to them.
Hey, your sound's off again.
I think I need new batteries.
There, now we can hear you again.
I think I need new batteries. I'm going to switch because it shouldn't have turned on. So she was saying, that as an actress, she had to learn how she was going to present herself, whether she was going to make herself acceptable for certain roles so that she could get on film and stuff, or whether she would be authentic and herself. And she chose to be authentic and worked on presenting herself authentically. But before I talk about more about that, I want to talk about the myth of self-improvement.
I'm out of double lanes.
Okay, we'll just go with this. Society tells us we have to fix something about our appearance so that we look acceptable, whether it's wear makeup or do our hair or wear certain clothes, have certain friends, be a certain way, do certain things. And if we're doing all that just because of societal pressure to make ourselves better, then we're going to start to get burned out like I did and feel inadequate. But you might ask, isn't it a good thing to fix yourself? Isn't it a good thing to try to be a better person? It depends on what you're trying to do. If you're trying to be acceptable to society, then that's going to hurt you. But if you look at it differently, if you look at nurturing yourself and understanding yourself, cultivating, finding what makes your heart sing, then you can be truly authentic. If you don't know who you are inside, then it's hard to be true to that person. And, you know, part of embracing authenticity is extending compassion to yourself for where you do fall short. And also I want to say it's important to find support from people around you who genuinely accept you for you and support you, rather than invest in people who want you to change. I'm reading Don Cummins' book. You know, he wrote The Prison Within. And you might say, well, he did a lot of work to change himself. He sure did. Well, I think what he did was not fix being a drug addict and not fix being messed up. I think what he did was invest in himself and find himself and find what made his heart sing and move towards that, rather than trying to stop using after all those years. And you know, Viola Davis, after she's been an actress for years, she said that the purpose of life is to live it. And one of her chapters was called Chasing Bliss. And for me, that is following what makes your heart sing. I also want to talk about a lady named Julie Fingers. Her last name is Fingers with an H on the end. And she wrote a memoir called Stay. And she knew from a young age that she wanted to be a writer. And she also wrestled with the question, what is the meaning of life? As a youngster even. And she went around with her notebook and a pencil, and she interviewed people, and she said, what is the meaning of life? And she would write down their answer. And one day she asked their housekeeper, Fillmore, what is the meaning of life? And he said, to live, baby, just to really live. And she wrote it down, but she didn't believe him. She kept on looking and kept on asking her question, what is the meaning of life? And she wanted to be a writer so bad. She graduated high school and got a degree at college and got a job, a good job, being a writer. But she ran into a problem. She couldn't write. She ran into a block that kept her from actually putting words on paper. And it was so much of a block that she had to find a different job. And then she got married and had kids and became a stay-at-home mom and raised her kids, and years passed and she didn't write a thing. But she knew inside being a writer was what she wanted to be. She just didn't know how to get there. And she, about the time her daughter graduated high school and went to college, she was really coming into that middle-age crisis of who am I and why am I not writing? And her daughter came down with Crohn's disease and had to have radical surgery to have her colon removed. And all this was happening while Julie was saying, I want to write, how come I can't write? And it took some deep searching. She even talked with a therapist. Why can't I write? And it came down to a moment in time. And the background that I haven't told you, the same time that she was graduating high school and going through college and getting ready to launch into a career as a writer, her brother was struggling. He had depression, really bad. He was in and out of mental hospitals, and his life wasn't going anywhere. And time passed, and he died prematurely. And while that was all happening, she had this feeling in her heart that she was not allowed to flourish while he struggled. And it must have been a moment when she was writing or trying to write and said, I can't do this. Her book, Stay. It's a wonderful book. I hope you read it. And all of this I'm talking about, this being true to yourself, really living, this to me is grace. And I want us to realize grace this morning. The word grace brings to mind the traditional Christian concept of unmerited favor from God towards a sinner. You don't deserve this, but here I'm going to give it to you. New Thought has a different view on grace that I agree with. It says that grace is the innate activity of spirit within and through each individual, a principle of wholeness and support that is always present and accessible by aligning one's consciousness with the divine. Now, I got that from Google, and it goes on. It says, grace is available unconditionally to all. It is not based on beliefs, actions, or worthiness. It is inherent, not something that God gives or withholds. It is a law, not a special act. The way Christianity makes the death of Christ and salvation a special act. It is effortless when one lets go of the need for control and allows life to be supported and uplifted by something greater. It is universal oneness with God. It is a state of being. So what does it look like when you align with yourself with that state of being? Well, I kind of talked about it a little bit. It's accepting and understanding yourself. It's nurturing yourself and those things that make your heart sing. It is being authentic. It is flourishing, really living, chasing bliss. Here's one final thought on it. Grace is not the absence of hardship. It is seeing yourself and life differently. Consider this concept. Christian fundamentalists used to tell me, there's one prayer that got wrong with it. One prayer that got wrong with it. Yes, yeah. You can always ask for grace, and He will give it to you. And I took Him seriously, and I began to pray for grace for every situation that came my way. It became reflective and automatic. Now I'm coming to realize something different. One thing you never have to ask for is you might, it's always available to you. It is your birthright as a child of God. You might pray, help me see what is blocking me from this. But you never have to beg God for grace again. You realize grace every day and really live life with it.
I'm going through a discovery process of who I am. And I find that I've always been this person. It's just I've operated under a lot of assumptions that I have assumed on myself. And Kate and I are taking off for a cross-country journey. And I'm going to reconsider who I am, not so much as to discover that, but it's to discover what I'm going to do when I grow up. And when we're coming back, I'm going to start growing up. So, yeah, we're all through the trip too. So I thank you, Shaye. That was very, very nice talk. And I forgot my schedule, but I know that now is the time for our thank you. For our celebration of abundance. Oh, wait, we have another song. Wait a minute. We have Shaye yet again, being herself. You want? Okay, yes.
This one's not made for singing, so hopefully it works okay. If it's like we would act, why do we lay all these traps? We put them right in our path when we just want to be free. I will not waste my days making a just make sure. And I was denied the future I'd been searching for. I spun around and heard no more. By living in the moment, living my life, easy and breezy, with peace in my mind, with peace in my heart, peace in my soul. Wherever I'm going, I'm already home. I'm living in the moment, living my life, easy and breezy, with peace in my mind. Got peace in my heart, got peace in my soul. Wherever I'm going, I'm already home. I'm living in the moment.
Very good. That's nice. But it goes right along with our theme. And now we have our celebration of abundance. So we put in front of our heart our offering, and we say, divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive through infinity. I am prosperous.
Mark Rose always said something interesting along the time of that song. It was something to the effect of, wherever I'm going, when I get there, I find myself waiting.
Wherever I'm going, when I get there, I find myself waiting. Mm-hmm. Yes, well, great note to end our service on. And we have no children today, so yeah, they. Uh-huh. Yeah, they're all having that baby, I know. Uh-huh. So, we need a closing prayer. Oh, okay, I guess I gave an opening prayer. I'm going to start this one the same way. And I always start with Mother first, because us humans, that's the first being that we notice as we're coming into this world is Mother. And then our dad throws us in the air. And hey, it's Father too. So, Mother, Father, God, thank you for bringing us here together and keeping us through such an interesting experience. And bring us back together again, please, because we sure enjoy each other's beingness. We are human beings, not human doings, as George used to say. And so we're going to go out and just be the best people we know how to be. Amen. You're welcome. Yeah, now we round up and do our little song. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside yes, it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be. With God as our Father, family all are we. So let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me. Yes, this is the moment now. With every breath I take, let this be my pious vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Oh, yeah, and it is right now.
And we will. We got everything for contact, right? It was really, really good. Yes, it was.
Yeah. I mean, you just unburdened, uncovered,
Segued so
ready to
well.
spring forward, whatever. Oh, I'll do that, yeah. I'll do that as soon as I get home. It was just ready to happen.
So good to see you, Chris.